For centuries, the Quran has been understood as a sacred text, a guide, a source of law. But what if it's more than that? What if, hidden within its verses, lies a secret, a kind of divine technology, a belief that the book isn't just meant to be read, but to be used as a manual for generating a profound cosmic energy? Today, we're going to unpack that very idea. Take a look at this. Now, at first glance, it might look like a simple reading schedule, but according to this theory, it's nothing of the sort. This is presented as a schematic, an engineering diagram, the precise arrangement of the Quran's chapters, or surahs, laid out day by day. This isn't a suggestion for a casual reading. This is a formula. And that really is the heart of it all. What happens when you stop treating scripture as just passive words on a page and start treating it as an active formula, a divine code that, if you follow it exactly as prescribed, is believed to unlock a power that can interact with the very fabric of our reality?
So how does it work? Well, the first key to unlocking this code is a highly structured 6-day regimen. This isn't a casual practice, it's a discipline, a meticulous recitation designed, according to the source, to systematically generate and then accumulate a tangible, powerful energy over the course of a week.
The entire practice revolves around something called the awrad. Think of it as a daily prescription, a specific selection of Quranic surahs that must be recited in an unchangeable order, starting on Sunday and ending on Friday. And Saturday? Saturday is set aside for rest. It's when the energy you've built up is meant to settle, to integrate, before the whole cycle begins all over again. Let's just drill down into one day to see how it works. On Sunday, you'd start with Surah 1, Al-Fatiha. But then, you don't go to Surah 2. You jump all the way to Surah 7, Al-Araf, then to 13, and so on. Right away, you can see this is not about reading the book in order. It's a very specific, non-sequential sequence, almost like a combination to a lock. And another thing, each day's list of readings is precise. Often, it contains exactly 19 surahs. Now, that number, 19, is believed to hold its own deep mathematical and mystical significance within the Quran. It's seen as another layer of the code, another breadcrumb that this whole system is intentional, that it's anything but random. And that's absolutely crucial here. The order is not arbitrary. It's believed to be a divinely engineered sequence. Each surah is thought to prepare the energetic ground for the next, building on the last. It's like a musical composition, where each note sets the stage for the one that follows, building to this powerful crescendo. So what's the result of all this precision? The claim is that completing this daily awrad does more than just fulfill a religious duty. It actively generates a real, potent, almost physical energy, an energy that is said to create a literal shield of angelic light around the person practicing it. Okay, but how? How could words on a page possibly generate tangible energy? Well, this next layer of the theory shifts us from spiritual practice into what's described as a kind of sacred science. The argument is, this isn't just about abstract faith. It's about the physics of sound and measurable frequencies. This quote from the source really gets to the heart of the mechanism. The belief is that the original Arabic text, its words, its letters, even the pauses between them, are all divinely balanced. They're mathematically weighted, designed to produce specific, predictable vibrations when they're recited correctly. And the theory gets incredibly specific. It claims that if you were to actually measure the sound waves created by reciting Sunday's regimen, you would find a resulting frequency of exactly 174 hertz, a frequency that, interestingly enough, is often associated in other circles with healing and pain relief. This isn't just a vague feeling, it's a claim of a measurable physical effect. Now, if there are divine frequencies, this theory posits that there must be an opposite. And this brings us to a stark contrast. On one side, you have these divine frequencies from the Quran, designed to heal and protect. On the other, what the source calls satanic frequencies, identified at 666 hertz, which are said to be used in sorcery to cause harm and to open doors for negative entities to influence our world. It's a war fought not with weapons, but with vibrations. And suddenly, the stakes become clear. The energy you generate through the awrad isn't just for personal enlightenment or inner peace. In this worldview, it's a weapon. It's a shield. It's your active participation in an ongoing cosmic conflict. The source material doesn't mince words. It frames this entire practice not as passive worship, but as actively enlisting in a spiritual war, a battle against destructive forces that operate through the corruption of sound, of vibration, and of frequency. This Quranic energy then becomes your own divine arsenal. It's a weapon for your protection, a shield to promote healing. It's a tool for spiritual purification, and a raw force powerful enough to repel negative entities, even, it is claimed, to break curses and acts of sorcery. But it doesn't stop there. Not even close. We now arrive at the most profound, the most reality-bending claims of this entire system. This is where the theory escalates, from personal protection to abilities that seem to challenge the very laws of physics as we know them. The source points to verses just like this one to argue that the potential power locked inside this text is nearly limitless. The argument is that this isn't just poetry or metaphor. No, it's a literal description of the kind of power that could be wielded if this code were ever fully mastered. And this is where ancient mysteries begin to look a little different. Sites like the Great Pyramid or certain caves around the world are completely recontextualized. They're seen not as tombs or simple shelters, but as sophisticated chambers, energy-focusing machines built by ancient people who understood this vibrational science and perhaps used them as gateways. So you can see the ultimate progression of power here. It starts with personal healing, purifying yourself and creating that angelic shield. From there, it moves to influencing your environment, affecting physical matter. But the final stage, the apex, is described as space-time penetration, the ability to transcend linear time, to witness events in the past, or maybe even glimpse the future. So, this entire interpretation reframes the Quran as something more than a book. It becomes a key, a formula for unlocking unimaginable power through a science of sacred sound. A power to heal, a power to protect, and maybe a power to alter reality itself. And that leaves us with one final profound thought. If such a code is truly embedded within these ancient verses, then the ultimate question isn't whether this power exists, but who is truly meant to wield it.